I look at that bike and it puts smile on my face. But what is more importantly, I ride that bike and it puts smile on my face. So in this video, I want to share with you like one story I have, right? Some time ago, I was like, I want to do hikes, I want to explore places. I want to escape somewhere into the mountains, and I want to start doing those trips when you get a backpack, you get a right set of shoes, you have all the layers, and then you go somewhere in the mountains and you camp there, you stay there for many days, you just like escape, you go away. And I actually got all those equipment. So I got the backpacks, I got sleeping bags, I got tents, I got all those things which you need for the camping. I got like professional gear as well. And I kind of was so enthusiastic about expeditions and all those things. I went for one trip for maybe 3-4 days, stayed in the mountains, slept in a tent, get my food cooked on a fire, and that's it. I never did it again. It's just like funny. I just never did it again. I never did similar trip since then. It has already been like 3 or like 4 years. I still have all the gear from that time. And to be honest, anytime I'm ready to go. But the thing is, I never did it. Instead, I was traveling many times on a plane. I traveled by car. I stayed in hotels. So it's not like that, adventure type experience where you stay in a tent and sitting by the fire. And the reason why I'm telling this story is just because so many people buy motorcycles thinking that they're gonna do all sort of adventures, they're gonna cross the world on those motorcycles, they're gonna they just need bike for everything. So when they buy motorcycles, they're just like, oh, what if I'm gonna go tour on this motorcycle? What if I'm gonna go for adventure? 5 my friends and all together we're gonna go somewhere in remote region and we're gonna stay in the tents, we're gonna sit by the fire, we're gonna spend all the time riding motorcycles. Maybe we're gonna get into the tough conditions, we're gonna ride in the rain, and then we go some back roads. They have this like fear of missing out, that if they buy motorcycle which does not have everything, they might get themselves in a situation when they feel sorry that they did not buy a better bike. But same time, what if you buy that bike and you never use it for full capability? I know people, I see some other people who bought bikes just feeling that they need bike for all those situations. In reality, they could not enjoy that bike in a proper way, because if they buy off-road focused bike and they spend 95% or 90% riding on road, it's just not the same experience as when you buy road-focused motorcycle and spend all the time on the road. It's just like completely different experience, right? You sometimes think too much. You try to predict everything which is going to happen in the future, but sometimes, plans changed, and sometimes your expectations are completely different from what you get in reality. Just try to identify what is the main purpose of your motorbike and where you're gonna mostly use it. If you're gonna use it in city, don't buy adventure motorcycle in city. If you think that you're gonna travel, you're not gonna ride daily, buy adventure motorcycle, because you don't really need like sport bike or street bike, which you could not use for traveling, because they're just not convenient and they're not comfortable for going long distances, right? But same time, if you try to capture, like a little bit of everything, think this way. So you might ride 90% of your time in city, and maybe one time in a year you're gonna go for an adventure trip. Why not just rent adventure motorcycle for this type, right? Like 1 week, 7 days. How much is gonna cost you, right? It's gonna cost you 700 euros, 800 euros or dollars whatsoever. And having all of those motorcycles available to you in any point in the world, like again, if you live in Europe but then you decide to fly to United States or maybe go somewhere into the Africa, why would you need to buy yourself a motorcycle which is adventure, if probably most of the adventures you're gonna do, they not in the country where you are or not even close to the country where you are? But the most important is that to choose the bike which is gonna do what you need. I need to go back home because it's gonna be some time before I get there. I need to go back to the coast. Now I'm in the mountains. Gonna enjoy this ride, to be honest with you. As I told you before, it puts smile on my face when I just look at the bike, and it put a lot of joy, a lot of fun. Here, it's just like fun experience. And to be honest, so far, I did not get this fun experience in any other motorcycle I tried. Which is kind of interesting, right? That's probably the reason why Yamaha is still one of the best bikes out there with their MT-09, Tracer, and Tenera. They just know how to make fun bikes to ride. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.